Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. My name's Jade, and this is How to App on iOS. Boom. Today we're taking a look at this rad new analog drum machine from AudioThing. It is called SR-88. We're going to make some drum sounds. Boom, booga, 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 booga. You ready to go? Hello. Welcome to the show. My name is Jade. This is How to App on iOS, and I hope you're all doing really well. Welcome to our Ward Warriors. You too can become a Ward Warrior by clicking the join button or the link below. And for $1 a month, you can become a Ward Warrior and support the channel, get some custom emojis. I try and change them every week and all that stuff. And you get all the love from the bottom of my heart. And yes, I am naked today. What am I naked for, everybody? What am I naked for? I'll tell you what I'm naked for. I'm naked for Satan. That is what I'm naked for. You want to see that shirt again? I am naked for Satan. Absolutely. Horns in the air, my friends. And why am I wearing this lovely shirt today? Well, last night I went out with a very dear friend from the United States, and I had the pleasure to take them out to a cool restaurant in Melbourne, and I decided to take them to the wonderful restaurant called Naked for Satan. Yes, it is a restaurant here in Melbourne, and man, you want to see the views of this place? That was the view I had last night having dinner with my very dear friend from the United States, from Seattle, and wow. What a view. It was rad. So, yeah, had to get some merch on the way out. So here we have it. And I am filming Walk With Me today after this. And so Walk With Me will be back this week. And I am going to stop as a halfway point for the Walk With Me this week and go and have a drink at Naked for Satan so you can see a little bit of it too, because it is exquisite. It is amazing. Really cool place. So there you go. All right. We've covered that. And let's talk about quickly what's happened on the show for the week. I will say hello to everybody first. What am I doing? We have the Rise of Dark Leela, who just had a little bit of a play with her Logic profile. She got into her Logic. Something I did not do last night. I was not very logical. I was logical, actually. The Falcro, what is going on? Jim Shannon, Thomas Christ, boom. Is that what we're calling Allegra now? Legless. Is that the new thing? Get a leg up. Pookie, what's going on? Pookie, Pook Starr. Who else do I see in the list here? I saw some other people. I know Brad's here. What's going on, Brad? Ed Metal. Hey, if you're watching this on the replay and you're getting a little bit bored of me saying hello to the people who are here, who support me every day on the live stream, you can always forward ahead, yeah? Don't be afraid to skip past this if you don't want to hear me say hello to people or catch up on just a little bit of news we do before each show. Thanks, Thomas, for posting the links. Boom, you rock. Interesting that, the same name of his show. Audible Videos, here to cause trouble. Hugh Caldwell, what's going on, my friend? I can only go that far now. So I think I got most of you. If I have missed you, I do apologize. Mateusz, what's going on? Seattle is cool, man. And it has cool people in it. Awesome stuff. All right. So what's coming up this week? So you may have noticed all the shows are up this week on the channel. So today we've got this SR-88. Tomorrow we're doing a bit of an extravaganza on the show, something a little bit different, because my friend Jan Mays has released 4 free apps. So we're going to look at all of them tomorrow. They're not complicated apps, trust me. They're not going to melt your brain. They're all very easy apps. They all kind of do one thing really well. So we'll take a look at all 4 of them tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow. And the day after that, we are finally going to take a look at AB Astrometry. Which is a really sick multi-tap delay. Very original. Audio Brewers make this thing. It's very cool. Very cool indeed. And then we don't have an interview again this week. Kind of starting to put some more some interviews and then other things. So this week I've got my good friend coming on, Peter Johns, and we're going to tell you all how to YouTube, because we both have some things that may be able to help you grow your channel a little bit. Because Pete, especially this guy here, look at him. He's got a whole lot of information, and he's been doing this for a long time. I'm just Pete's protege, but I'm definitely like learning. Trust me, I am learning some things. You live and learn doing this. So if you want to come and join us for that, we'll be talking all things on how to grow YouTube and how to do YouTube and how not to do YouTube and how to make mistakes on YouTube and all that kind of thing. Boom. And to close out the week will be a walk with me will be on Friday again. And yes, I'm going to a cemetery today. Yeah, are you ready? You want me to take you to a cemetery? We're going to visit the dead today. Hell yeah. And I'm probably going to wear my Naked for Satan shirt. Walk through the cemetery. I'm naked for Satan. Yeah, boom. And then we're closing out the week with a live performance. Since I caught up with Pete Johns this week, I thought I would do this opening hour and do a Pete Johns karaoke special. And there I am with Pete in his bedroom. Don't tell him, everybody. I'm about to murder him. It doesn't matter. You know, what's he good for anyway? Thanks, Pete, for all the good times. But after... so is it just me? I just pissed myself when I made this thumbnail. I don't know if Pete found it funny, but anyway, it is what it is. Hey, there's my friend, Mr. Smith, all the tongues, who's got a premiere coming up today, which I had the amazing luck to be able to master yesterday. I mastered the track. Then I left to go out for the day, and I got home and the track was already up, ready for a premiere. Mr. Smith don't mess around. So that's coming up in about 2 hours' time, Mr. Smith's premiere. Chad Freeman's in the house. There's somebody else I saw who was here and I missed him. And I did see, yes, Jim, I know you did I hit a like on it, Jim. So Jim did a little video on EG Nodes this week. So check out Jim's channel. Go and hit him up with a sub. Seagull Rock Squawk, g'day to you. Welcome aboard. I think I've got most of you. 10 tricks to gain 100K subscribers in 7 days. That's exactly how it's not going to go, Mateusz. Very practical, boring shit is what we're going to say. Cy, effing good to see you. Lady Campion's in the house. Hello, lovely. Good to see you. All right, we're going to get down to this thing because we're going to do it. Are you ready? All right, we'll do it. So, I'll get my shit together. Over to the Beat community, where every day is a good thing. If you're into iOS or desktop software, make sure you go and bookmark thebeatcommunity.com because you have the options to check out latest desktop software, samples, expansions, iOS software. I'm always on the iOS tab because I am an iOS whore. What can I say? Frames for iOS has an in-app purchase reduced price going on. Over here, Lagrange is on sale. Novo Notes release side rack. So we'll possibly be talking about this. This is an app that you can actually use your iOS music apps and use them from your iPad into your Mac computer. Also, if you didn't know, Apple just released the new MacBook today, the MacBook Air M3. So that just dropped while we were all like asleep. Yeah, the new M3 chip is here. Boom, there you go. Jan Mays releases Bleep, so we'll be looking at Bleep tomorrow in amongst the other 4 apps. Bleece filters on sale. Scalar's got an in-app purchase, the in-app purchase for them. That's on sale as well. IK Multimedia is giving away a whole bunch of Tonex models and a pedal giveaway because they're celebrating 25,000 tone models. So head over to IK Multimedia if you want to jump in on that at the ground floor. Borderlands Granular on sale. 4 Pockets probably still has some things on sale. I'm not sure. Let's Oge. You can see these here. Frames. Lagrange. Wow filter box. So all of the, I'll just scoot here for a second. All of the Sugar Bytes apps now are all in-app purchase. They're all free to download and all in-app purchases. So I think they've moved all the apps to that model now, if you're wondering. Yep, 4 Pockets has Chameleon, Euclidean, and New Rack on sale. There you go. Nembrini's still got a massive sale on all their apps. But we are looking at this today. This is SR-88 by AudioThing, and it is a thing of beauty. It's wonderful. So let's find out more about it. What is it? It is an emulation of this little bitch right here. This little thing went from 1981. This is the Soundmaster Memory Rhythm, the SR-88. And look at this little thing. So 1981 out came this little box, this little drum box. And yeah, this is a recreation of that. And there's been people who've been, you can see, have been making patterns with this little thing and offering you to download. But now we have this little emulated box. Now, this was available on PC for a long, long time. Here it is here from AudioThing. On PC and Mac, it is $14.50 if you'd like to get it. Looks like it's on sale, down from $29 to $14.50. So it's a VST, an AU, all that stuff. And there's the little beast itself. Look at that. Look at that little piece of history. It's amazing that as time goes on, we just continue to get these little pieces of history now in a little app that we can bring up at any time. And normally, look at that box. Damn, they don't make boxes like that anymore, do they? That's what she said. Right, so let's get over and have a look at it, show you how it works. Pete Johns has YML up after this, and Mr. Smith has a premiere, and today's featured artist is the pinned comment. It is the Indigo Sunsets. They just dropped a brand new track. So good to see the Sunsets back again. So here's the little project I made when I was coming home from the restaurant last night on the train. Shall we do something with it? Sound like a fucking work experiment. Sound like I was in a laboratory. Wicked stuff. Hello, Greg O'Sullivan. Hello, Pete Johns. What's going on? All right, let's dive in. Have a look at this thing. I'll clear out this project. Make sure it's all saved and good. Keep it. Don't know why. The things you can do sitting on a train coming home, yeah? When you've had a few too many drinks. Good Lord. I really got to stop drinking, guys. It's killing me. All right. Very simple to use this thing. Yeah, very, very simple. Nice interface. AudioThing, so very typical stuff. It did sound like I was building a shed. Straight to the tool shed. Alrighty, so it is a drum machine, and there are a couple of ways you can do it. So obviously down the bottom, you can see we have a lovely little play head here, and we can hit play straight away, and we're off. Very old school, remember? So this is very, very old school drum kit. You've got a kick, you got a snare, you got a hi-hat, you got a hi-hat too, and a cymbal. You can turn it on and off. So we can turn off the sequencer at any time we want, turn it back on. You've got a play down here, but that's not going to work because we're connected in a DAW. So if you've got this connected in your Cubase, Logic, whatever it is, it's going to run when you hit the play head up the top. Unless you're running it as a standalone app by itself, that is when the play button down here will come into action. I mean, you can't beat a simple retro. Yeah, you can't beat a retro drum beat like this. You also have down here the option to choose some patterns. So there's a bunch of patterns that are already ready for you to go. Now, the thing you need to remember when you're changing patterns is this is not changing any of the drum sounds. So these are just straight up patterns. It is only changing the sequencer down the bottom. So obviously this is sunk to your DAW. So this is currently set to 120 BPM, but you can change the tempo down here. And again, these controls are all only for the sequencer down the bottom, but we can slow it down, go a half. So we're really slow now. Go 32. So we've got triplets in there as well. So a nice little selection of stuff. Let's make it a bit faster. Let's go 16. That little button, did you see what happened then when I clicked there? Let's show you that again. You can save these patterns as well as MIDI. So if I like this, I can just hit here and I can save it wherever I like. I can go create a brand new folder here in my iCloud Drive. Let's do a new folder and we'll call it SR-88. Hit save, and that is now saved, and I can drag that MIDI file into anything I like. So into Logic or over into Cubase, whatever it is. If it takes MIDI, you can drag that MIDI file in. You could drag that now into even EG Notes, because EG Notes has got some nice updates. So very easy to save your patterns. Remember, you are not saving these. You're not saving this. You're saving the patterns. So you could drag those in and put them into other drum sounds. But, I mean, it's a very simple sequencer. DJ Big Red, what's going on? Let's hit play again. So this is a 32-step sequencer, and we're currently set to 24. You can drag just by holding down. You can decide to only have a 4-step sequencer. So you can get some really interesting polyrhythms happening, say doing like a 5. Maybe a 7. So you've got complete control over how many steps you want in the sequence. We can drag it all back out. Let's put in some random stuff just like that for fun. Each of the instruments has a mute and a solo. So I can solo the cymbals. So you can see down here, here's our mutes and solos. We can mute the snare if we want. Mute a hi-hat. You know, it's not rocket science. Pretty easy to use. Nice and simple to use. We also have some randomization options over here to the opposite side. I can clear these. So each track I can hit the X and we can clear everything out. So you can clear things out by individual tracks. And I can randomize each track. So we've got a little random button for each track. And you can just hit random again. Doosh, doosh. The other nice thing, let's bring that down for a second. The other nice thing is, if you really want to create some interesting polyrhythms and stuff, you can come in here. Let's make this like a 7. These little buttons here, you can set these so every time it does a pass through, it randomizes. So now that this one's on, you'll see the 3 tracks now are randomizing each time we come back through. Let's slow this down a bit. So randomization, as always with AudioThing apps, it's off the scale. It's easy to do. Let's grab a pattern from here. You also can load random patterns. So let's drag this back out to 32. Hit a random pattern, bang, random pattern. You can also draw in entire lines. Let's turn off these randomization options. So if I clear, let's clear all these again. You can draw in individual notes like so, or you can hold down and drag and create your cymbals like that. Delete. Let's do some hi-hats. So we can put in our hi-hats like that. So that's nice, easy to do that stuff. Now I might want to copy something too. I can copy entire lines. So I can say in our patterns section, I can say copy all the kicks. And then I can go over here and say paste to all the cymbals. So some nice little copy paste functionality in this little patterns section. You just got to remember All these patterns, this is all just to do with the sequencer, nothing to do with our sounds up the top. So now that we know how the sequencer works, let's take a look at the rest of it. Because you also have presets up the top. Now these presets will change the drum sounds and the patterns, like this. It's so vintage, Thomas, it's ridiculous. I feel like while I'm playing it, I'm farting dust over here. So if you create something you like as well, let's change this pattern. So we've got a different drum sound. Let's create a random pattern. And if I like this, I can hit save up the top here, hit the little disc picture. We'll call this heavy, hit save. This can now be found in your user section. So you've got your factory presets, your user section. Pretty easy stuff, you know, you're not going to get too lost. Drive-by LDG is in the house. If you want to delete a preset, there's a little garbage bin up the top. Ask you if you want to delete it. Yeah, why not? Now when I go to my user presets, it's gone. Yeah? Easy peasy. Now also up the top here we have a random die up the top. Again, when you spin this, you are going to change everything. You're going to change not only the sound of the drums, you're changing the sequencer as well. Or am I right? Maybe it's not. No, so it's only, the dice up here only changes the sounds of the drums. Yeah? Let's change the pattern. I like that one. Cool. Let's have a break for a second. Boom, because it's that time of the show, my friends, where we have to run the ad. And every day here on the show, we appease the YouTube lords because I'm naked for Satan. I can't get over the fact there's a fucking restaurant in my town called Naked for Satan. And I went and ate there last night and wearing the merch. What a shill. So every day here on the channel, we run a YouTube ad. So you just don't get thrown into an ad and then miss something. So everybody knows it's coming. And then we've got, if you're not a premium member, then, you know, we'll wait for you to come back. So we'll run the ad. Ad has been run. And you can avoid the ad by becoming a YouTube premium subscriber. Or we just wait for you to come back and all that kind of jazz. And while you're away, we'll normally do something silly or just talk about what's coming up on the show. So, yeah, we talked about this before. Me and Pete this week talking about YouTube, how to help get your YouTube off the ground. If you'd like to come and join us for that, it should be a fascinating show. Pete's got a lot of insight. And he's got a lot of outsight as well. There you go. No, Leela, so just to let you know while the ads run and stuff. I was planning on taking my friend last night to the Vodka Borscht and Tears, which was in my Walk With Me episode. But unfortunately, it was closed. So I was scrambling to find another really cool place, and somebody had told me about this restaurant, Naked for Satan, and I was like, you know what? When you've got a friend who's come from overseas and they want to see something cool in Australia, take them to a restaurant called Naked for Satan. And boy, it certainly was. I think I showed everybody at the start, if you missed it, this was the view over dinner last night. That's the entire of Melbourne. I mean, that's the church you've seen in Walk With Me that I went in. Here's the museum. The museum's over here. There's the church I went in one of the episodes. I mean, you can see the entirety of Melbourne while you're eating dinner. What a view. You know, you pay for views like, oh, I did pay for views like that. It was expensive. There we go. All right, let's get back into this. All right. So here we are, back over here. Let's get into some of these sounds and the settings of this. So when you do your randomization die, you can actually stop things from you may like find a sound that you like this kit here sounds great. You might be happy with it. Hey Ed Z. Like all of the AudioThing apps, there's a little lock up here, little padlock. And if you click it, guess what? I can't change anything. Once I've got this clicked, I can go in here and select all the things I want to lock. I want to lock all these things, yeah. And now, when I unclick that, I can't turn any of these. So it's actually turning. What's happening? I thought I locked it. What, do you have to have it locked? Oh, there we go. Lock all parameters. That's not locking. Am I doing something wrong? Try unlocking them. Is it a bug? Have I found a bug? Oh, no. It only works. Oh, sorry. Excuse me. I'm a dickhead today. It only works when you do the randomization. See me randomizing? I'm clicking the randomize. That's what I'm doing wrong. So if I uncheck some of these, and now when I randomize, only the ones that I've unchecked are going to randomize, right? I don't know why my brain went stupid then. So you can lock all the parameters, unlock all the parameters. Nice and easy stuff. This is interesting. Let's turn this down for a second. I really like this setting. So in the settings here, you have note mapping. Why is this handy? Why is this handy, you ask? Well, certain drum machines don't use the same mapping for MIDI keyboards. All right? And say I save let's turn that down for a second. Say I save the MIDI from this sequencer down here, and then I export this MIDI into Logic. The notes are all going to be what is mapped in here. So the kick will be C3, the snare will be D3. This is what they'll be. But if you know the mapping is different for a particular app that you are going to use, you can actually go in here and choose a different note inside this app before you export the MIDI into another DAW. So you've got the power to change the notes on the keyboard in here. I really like that. It's very simple. You've got a sequencer start-stop. So you can set a key on your keyboard to start the sequence, stop the sequence. Or is it D4 and C4? It's currently set to. So if we hit save, we add our keyboard on here. I've got to turn it on. Why is it not working for me? I'm really doing well today. I love these moments. Oh, start, stop with keys. So you got to select this. Start, stop with keys and hit save. Maybe. There we go. Give you the overhead view. Oh, wow. What happened to my camera? It got all blown out. Hang on. That's what she said. Let me fix that. Sorry, guys. Wow. That's not looking so good, is it? Damn. There we go. That's better. Sorry about that. So, with these keys that I've set, I can now start, stop. So you can set any key for that as well. If we come back over here to our settings, you can decide if you'd like it to reset every time you start. So if I uncheck this, it should just keep going. Show you again. So now it's resetting. Stop. Goes back to the start. So you've got complete control in the settings. You can decide to set with a stop with node off. So instead of node on, it's a node off when you lift. Really, really cool options in there. These little options are sweet, I think. I'm going to turn this off for now. And you can change this to any key you want. So if you've got like a, you know, one of these Novation things, anything like this, you know, a little controller, you can set it all up on these. Super simple to do because they've made it nice and easy to choose your key, your octave, whatever you want. That's rad. We love that. Options here for one shots, the velocity. You can change the velocity for playing your beats because if you've got a keyboard selected, let's stop this. You can so you can play all these in just like you would normally play something in. Well, that camera looks shocking. I'll have to fix that. All right, what else in the settings? Get sidetracked. We've got a zoom and scroll. So what is this about? When you open it up as a standalone, it's a little bit bigger than the actual iPad. So you can choose to have zoom and scroll or have it a little bit bigger. See here now, this is a little bit bigger. It doesn't really have it's not something you need to worry about as an AUV3 because you can reshape it in here. So that's cool. Can you MIDI trigger the patterns in a door? Yeah, I think so. I would expect so. If the options are there. You can turn off the filter. See that? So here's our filters. We haven't even got to our filters yet. So you can actually turn on the filter and turn off the filter if you don't want it to be a part of it. You've got graphics controls as well if you want to change the brightness of the look of the app, contrast, or you can reset it. You've got a manual here and your about. So pretty simple stuff. Again, you can copy and paste like you can with anything. So you can copy and paste all these the presets. So you can copy your presets. Easy peasy beneasy. Let's go through the sounds and what you can do with these. Boom. Thanks so much, Jim. That's very kind of you. That'll go down very well today, Jim, when I stop for it's going to be 32 degrees today here, folks, when I go out and film Walk With Me. I love these hot days. It's so wonderful. And I know most of you in the US are freezing your ass off, so I apologize. All right, so we've got controls here. Of course, we've got a panning. So let's pan that so you can hear our kick. So you can do some stereo panning with this. Very simple stuff here. We've got our decay and our pitch. Now you're going to get really interesting sounds by messing with both of these. Or start and stop was C4 and D4, but you can change it, Leela. You can change it to whatever you want. You can go into settings here, and you can actually change it. Click in here, and you can change it to whatever you like. The same with the note mapping. You can do whatever you like, whatever floats your boat, which, again, very, very generous to give us that. So you've got all your controls for that. They've all got a volume down the bottom. They've all got a pitch. And over to the side is where we have our effects. So we've got our filter. Our resonance. We've got a drive. So if you want some filth, there's a reverb. Of course, we've got a compressor. All right, what do we got? 15 minutes. So let's load up in Logic or something and see how we can load in MIDI files, because we saved one before, remember? So we'll load up a new Logic file. Oh, no. I guess auto-saved. I don't know. I don't know why Logic does this. Cucker. New project, please. And we'll start a MIDI here in Logic. So instantly I can swoop this down, jump over to my Files app, because I saved something, didn't I? This SR-88 file. And I should be able to drag this in and import the tempo as well. Doosh, look at that. There is some MIDI. So there is the MIDI from that, what I saved earlier. And then I can go in here if I want and load up SR-88 if I like. What you need to remember is turn off the sequencer. And we're off. All right, so there's our little save thing. We can go in and loop that if we want. Simple as. Set a loop and you're off. So you can do it that way. And then change your drums. Or you can just not do it that way and remove your MIDI. Delete that. Get rid of it. Delete it. Drag this out here. And we can turn back on the sequencer. Right. And we should be able to record in. I think so. Can we record in? Oh, that's right. You got to do this, don't you? You got to go over here. You got to... Oh, maybe I can't. Can I record in doing this? I don't know. I don't know if I can. Can I load it as a player? So I haven't tested this. No. So this is the way you want to do it. Or you can just play your stuff in. That's probably going to be your best way to go, because there you go. Hit record, get our metronome on. Again, I'm going to want to turn off this thing. I'm going to want to turn off this. Go away, you. Try that again. Do 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 do. Bit out of time there, but you get what I'm saying. And again, you could just create a new MIDI track here. Let's just mute this. Create a brand new MIDI track. Load up, I don't know, Hammerhead maybe. I don't know if they are the same thingamajigs. Why can't I load Hammerhead? What can I load? The drum computer maybe. Drum something. What about VA drum? There we go. And import our MIDI from here. Yes, please. And it just depends. There you go. So then all you need to do is just make sure the keys are, the MIDI's playing to that particular drum. I don't know if we create a drummer. Can we do a drummer? Let's just create another MIDI track for fun. We'll load an instrument patch, drums, acoustic, drums. Grab a sunset. And see, these are different keys. But I think what you could do with this, because I think it's all just a matter of changing the, if we come in here, we just need to change the general transpose. So if we transpose, what are we, minus 12? Maybe? Or maybe not. I don't know what the kit is for this. Oh, it's that. So I think we've got to go down another one. I don't know. It's too early. But there you go. Really easy to import MIDI and do all of that. Let's clear this out, clear these tracks out. Or the other thing, what I suggest is doing this. Go in here and create a bunch of MIDI tracks, like so, and load up SR-88 on each track. And then you can split your tracks into individual parts. So if we go over here, and hit record. That's the one thing I've got to remember, is make sure the this is off for each of them. So you've got to make sure that the sequencer is off for each of them if you're going to record stuff in, which is easy as that. Sweet. Do your next track, your snare. That was silly. I'm making a meal of this today. Let's go again. And you can go in and then choose individual sounds for each, put different effects on each track. So it's pretty easy to do. So there you go. There is your really cool sounds. It's really retro. I dig it. Yet again, it's going to be another massive year for AudioThing because they have so many more apps that they are porting over to iOS. It is just a cavalcade of stuff. I wonder what they're going to do next. So, I mean, let's see what they got instrument-wise. Filicordi is here, noises, mini bit, Latin percussion is not something we have, hats, hand clapper we have, SR-88, effects, lines, noise, whoops. Let's click on effects. So lines, fog, convolver, speakers we have, springs, outer space, mantis, reels, gong app. So there's a few things that we don't have. Texture, so a lot of them we do. Valves. I mean, they still have a few more to, and I hear that there is a whole bunch more of new things that they are brewing up as well. Rad, and it's cheap. It's $5. If you are a Patreon, remember, in about 8 minutes' time, you'll be able to enter for this week's giveaway. We have some copies of this to give away for patrons. Bada bing. $5 a month gives you access to try and win some of the apps. Normally every app we look at, there's some codes. Not all of them, but most. So, yes, we've got some to give away on the Patreon this week. It's a rad little app. Let me tell you, I only learnt how to use it yesterday while I was coming home. That's how easy it is to use. Yeah? It's rad. That's why the title is Rad Analog Drum Machine. Boom. Stephen Hewitt, what's going on? I see Stephen Hewitt in the house. Alrighty. Thanks for posting a link there, Leela. Leela posted PayPal. I mean Patreon. So you can join the Patreon if you want. It does help. We got Pete Johns coming up next. We've also got Mr. Smith's got a premiere coming up. See if I can get my shit together. Where are we? Mr. Smith. Where is he? I'll show you. Maybe someone can help me out, one of the mods, and grab a link to Mr. Smith's premiere that's coming up. Here it is here, slowly dissolving. I mastered this yesterday, and all of a sudden it's already out. So if you want to go check it out, it's a bit of a departure for Mr. Smith, a bit of a... I was swallowing E's while I was mixing it down. I wasn't at all. I wish I was. But that is happening in about an hour's time. Boom. And Pete's up next with YML. All right. Today's featured artist is the Indigo Sunsets. Tomorrow we're taking a look at 4 apps in one show. So come and join me. They're all free. One has an in-app purchase. All the rest are utterly free. So come and join us for that. Jan Mays has got, so they're guitar, IRs, a whole bunch of things. So come and join us for that show tomorrow. And we're going to bounce over here to today's featured artist, which is the Indigo Sunsets. This is their brand new track called Shooting the Breeze. It's rad. It's so good to see the Sunsets back again. They are just so good. Disco Biscuit Special. And then I'm heading off to walk with me today. Yeah. So that should be fun. I get to try out my new Apple AirPods. I bought Apple AirPods for the first time. And let me tell you, I really like them, but they just don't fit inside my ears. Does anybody else have that problem? Because I was looking it up, and it seems like a lot of people, their Apple AirPods don't fit inside their ears. Great market research there, Apple. I thought they were supposed to fit everybody's ear. They keep falling out of mine. And for that amount of money, you'd want them to fucking stay there. Anyway, enough of that. This is the Indigo Sunsets. This is their brand new single. It's called Shooting the Breeze. And we're going to do it now. Remember, do the things that make you happy. Mistakes make you better. And we'll all rise together. And I'll see you tomorrow over at Pete's and over at Mr. Smith's. Let's... Oh, ja.
flying over the trees, just shooting the breeze, you and me, girl, just watching the world go by and leave it all behind, just like the birds and the bees, we're shooting the breeze, you and me.